Change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
Hey everybody, it's Tim Van Orden, out for my first walk in 6 weeks. I went to the doctor today to get the final x-ray. He said the foot looks fine, stress fracture is healed, and I can start walking, running, getting back into some activity again. I don't want to go crazy yet because it takes a year for the bone to fully heal, so I'm going to have to build up very, very slowly, but at least I can go out and go for a walk, which has been killing me. Not running is hard, but not being able to walk, oh my God! I love walking through the woods, especially this time of the year. It's fall in Vermont, and I haven't been able to explore. Anyway, I want to talk about what the doctor told me today, because it wasn't very good news. He said, you're 49 years old. Your body is telling you that you can't do this mileage anymore. Your body is telling you that it's time to slow down. It's time to settle into old age and have that be what it is. And I kind of argued because he clearly doesn't know what caused this. He doesn't know the history or the situation. He hasn't looked at my other bones. He hasn't looked at bone density. He's just making this assessment because I have a stress fracture in my foot and because everybody in this town knows that I run a lot. So he was making an assumption. And I told him that, but he knows what he knows. So anyway, part of my brain is like, okay, yeah, I am getting older. I'm 49 and a half. But I don't think that means that I'm done yet. I don't think that means that I need to stop training at a high level. I just think it means that I need to be careful. I need to be cautious. I need to take care of my foot and any other aches and pains that arise and not ignore them. So I will be getting back up to full mileage, but as I do, I'm going to be really mindful of what my body is telling me. And if my foot doesn't feel right, I back off. I took most of 2013, 2014, and half of 2015 off when my Achilles was supposedly permanently injured. And then late in 2015, I jumped back in. So if I have to take a year off or more, I will. That's fine. But I'm going to try progressing and see what happens. My Achilles got better. It remodeled itself under the stress of exercise. I have no pain now when I run. But the doctor told me, you can run, it's just always going to hurt. And it did. For about a year, it hurt on every run, every step. But that's gone. It reshaped itself because it was under stress on a continual basis. And the body eventually says, well, we need to remodel this to adapt to this stress. And I have largely a new Achilles tendon, or at least an Achilles tendon that no longer bothers me. And that's huge. So I know the bone will adapt and evolve, and it'll grow stronger under a load. If you don't put your bones under some kind of load, they atrophy. So now that the fracture is healed, the best way to ensure a stronger bone is to use it, and to use it under load, but carefully and progressing very gently. So my goal is to get back in good shape by mid-March, which is when I'm hosting the U.S. Snowshoe Championships here in Bennington and Woodford, Vermont. So hopefully I can get back up to speed by then. But if that's not the case, I'll wait until later in the spring, whatever it takes. So Sunday, I'm driving to Boston to film the U.S. Masters Cross Country Championships in Franklin Park. And that was one of the races that I really wanted to knock out of the park this year. The first was the Masters 5K Championships in Syracuse, October 1st. And I was hoping to go like 15:45 for that. And then I was hoping to be in the top 5 in Boston for the cross country nationals. But wasn't in the cards. I was in super shape, but didn't happen. Oh well, so I'm going to film. So you'll get to see the cross country races. I'll be uploading those probably within 5 days after the race. And cross country is a blast. If you've never seen it, it's very, very different than a road race. There's a lot more strategy and a lot more team effort. Teams work together. And that's kind of fun to watch. Okay, so I'm back in business, but it's going to be a lot of walking, some running. my Bigfoot stride, which is like a half lunge, so I'm really low and I'm doing a really long stride and kicking out behind me. I'm reaching far forward with the front leg, pushing way back with the back leg as I'm in a half lunge position. And that hurts, but it doesn't hurt my foot because there's no impact when I do that. So I might start by doing a mile a day running, and then the rest of it will be walking, Bigfoot stride, elliptigo, and some stand-up spin bike. And gonna continue with the squats as well to keep the leg strength going. And that's the plan, to get back in shape and hopefully break 15 minutes for 5K at 50. We'll see. I'm still going for it. I'm still optimistic. 5K is a shorter race, so I don't need to be putting in 100 miles to kill it in a 5K. I can probably do 70 to 80 and still be super, super fit. So there's the plan, and I'll be taking you out for some runs and walks through the woods and show you what's left of the Vermont foliage. It's been a really strange year with lots of warm days, even into mid-October now, and the leaves don't know what to do, so some of them are just falling off the trees without really turning color. It's bizarre. I almost forgot to tell you, I have been limping for the past 6 weeks because the doctor told me not to bend my foot. Get super stiff-soled shoes or one of the orthopedic boots and do not bend your toes. So I've been walking on my heel for 6 weeks now, and it's kind of shifted my body in a strange way, but it's been very deliberate. I've been very cautiously, deliberately landing on my heel and picking up my foot before my toes bend. And now that I can walk, it's not deliberate anymore. I'm still limping. I'm trying not to limp, but my brain wants me to limp. My brain is programmed to limp now, so I've got to teach myself how to walk again and get rid of that little limp. And it also feels weird as I walk because my toes are kind of tingly, and they've got all kinds of weird feelings and sensations in there because I haven't used them for 6 weeks. So it's not just that my bone needs to be checked in with as I recover, but I haven't used those muscles, I haven't used those tendons, and I haven't used the other bones in there, so there may even be some atrophy a little bit in the other bones. So I got to be extra cautious as I go forth. All right, I'll check in with you soon. See ya.